Guys, good morning. Hope you can hear me. I'm doing this video to appreciate ReMar, especially God for using ReMar, to come into my life to bless me. So I want to say that I graduated in June 2023 of last year, and I purchased Archer because my friends were buying it and it was cheaper at that time. So I purchased Archer. I took my first NCLEX in August of 2023 and I failed. Meanwhile, I took my NCLEX 4 times. So the second time I scheduled to take it in December. I purchased UWord. I had a private tutoring that I was paying like $250 every month, and I bought Kaplan and I was using videos on YouTube everywhere. Whatever I see NCLEX question I want to study, like I was very serious, but I failed with 150 questions. So I was devastated. So I waited. I studied, I bought ReMar, but when I was studying, I was like doing it, I wasn't serious, I didn't even do I was really very unserious. So I took it in April this year, 2024, and I failed again. I told myself, I said, no, Essie, it's too long. Like, you're wasting so much time, money, and everything, and your energy. You have to be serious if you really want to pass. So I purchased ReMar again because I told God, I said, what program is going to help me? So I purchased ReMar and I used ReMar. And I was so serious this time. I finished everything. I scheduled my exam December 4th and I went to take my exam. Build. The exam showed up at 85 questions. I was so scared, like, God, I failed again. I was like, anyway, if I fail, I'll reschedule it. So, but when I opened my computer to check, I found that I passed. And I was like, how did I do it? Because this exam was like 1 through 3 compared to the ones that I took before. It was very easy at this time. I was like, thank God. So I just feel like I have to share this testimony because I know there are other people who are like me struggling too. So I want to encourage you guys, never give up. If you give up, you lose. So I told God, I was like, God, if I can pass this exam, I was going to give my first salary to the church, which I'm willing to do when I get my first job. So I want to thank God for using ReMar to bless me and for helping me to make the decision to get the good study material that I needed for my exam. So this has really changed my life in so many ways. I preserve life and everything, and I really want to be able to go out there in the field to help people, make more money, take care of myself, and live the dream life that I want to, and help my mom especially. So I passed NCLEX engine using ReMar. I'm a ReMar nurse. I can't wait to purchase the first shift, which I'm going to be buying. I have to read that book because I really need to buy that book, The First Shift. Thank you, ReMar. Thank you.
Hi, it's morning here in Kenya and it's a sunny day, so I'm excited. I like it when it's warm and sunny. So I'm officially a ReMar nurse. I must pass the main class. So I just passed on Wednesday. So it's winning Wednesday, so I passed on Wednesday and I'm so excited. So I'm officially a ReMar nurse. I started the journey back last year, did my NCLEX in September and I failed. So it was such a disappointing time, when you read for something then you fail. It's a disappointing time. So I got to know about ReMar in March. I was just going through YouTube and got to see some ReMar nurse motivation, Monday motivation, and some winning Wednesday motivation. So after the ReMar class, you all know that what happens, there's a verse and there's an encouragement, and it really strengthens your faith. So I just want to show you. I don't want my video to be so long, so I'm looking at the time and I'm like, it's 1 minute already. So these are my books. You'll note that I have all the 2 trainer books. Mine is one was the free trial, so the other one is the V2. So for the free trial, I did the free trial and the quick facts. I took a photocopy because my friend had a V2, so I didn't purchase one for the V2. For the quick facts. So for the V2, yes, I did purchase. So this is the photocopied version. Yeah, but I went through everything. And then this is the quick facts book. You can see. I went through everything, and I think I went through it like thrice. Yeah, so that's it. You must pass the NCLEX, guys. See you.
Hi, Professor Regina. Hi, Mark. Hi, nurses, ReMar nurses. It's Stacey Ann, your YouTube person, Natalie Harrison, aka Smash That Like Button. I just came on to tell you the good news. It paid off. Oh my God. When I tell you I studied faithfully and prayed over everything. It's such a great feeling. I just found out. Okay, so I can't tell you how good I studied. I studied. Like, I studied to the part where I can't even share my book. Look, I write everywhere in my book. When I tell you, this is not the kind of book that I can give someone else to study from, because I had somebody look in my book and say, Stacey, I took a look in your book and I thought I was going to have a stroke. No. I took all the notes I possibly could, went over my went over my V2 videos all the time, day in and day out. Got in front of that computer, and when I say I prayed, and I'm like, all right, God, you got this. Everything is left up to you now. And it paid off. I'm a ReMar nurse. I'm a safe nurse. I'm an LPN. Woo! I would just want to thank you guys for the motivation, just for being such a great professor. And like, without you all, I would not. I mean, this and this. I mean, I got a folder in here, but it's that beautiful face right there. Okay. All paid off. I'm so excited. I get to sleep in tonight. Okay. I just want to say thank you for everything, and God be the glory. I have, what can I say? Thank you for everything, and I'm just so excited. I have that 3 letters at the end of my name. So smash that like button. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Dr. Regina. My name is Elsie, and I did my NCLEX exam yesterday on the 4th of November, and I passed. I just got my results today, and I said to share with you and to encourage someone out there. I'm a first-time taker. I used the book, The Quick Facts for NCLEX book. I read this book back and from. I read this book all the way, and I used the workbook also, the V2 workbook. I used it. I did the workbook back to back, and I used the V2 videos. Dr. Regina, those videos are awesome. They helped me a lot in passing these exams. I thank God for everything, because it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. The journey was not easy, but it was worth it. But I want to categorically state it here that what really helps me with my exams, because I had used other resources before now to study, but the best of them that helped me get this NCLEX passing is the V2. I encourage everyone who hasn't been on V2 to go there. You cannot miss it with the V2. Thank you so much, Dr. Regina, for all you're doing. Thank you so much. I am a ReMar nurse.
Hey everyone, welcome to
the ReMar Nurse Job Fair. This is the night or the morning, depending on where you are, where you get to see the amazing jobs that are waiting for you to take. And we are talking some amazing opportunities for nurses who want to get into travel to find out how do you do it, how do you get started, where are you supposed to be. And of course, this is open to the ReMar nurses, but we have our major partners from Safe Nurse Now in the building. We got Tim tonight. We got the Dream Team. We got Tim, we got Jesse, we got Scott. So that means that nobody should leave here with a question about how they get started with Safe Nurse Now. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well.
Doing
Good.
so.
Happy to be here.
Yes. I'm glad to have you here, actually. I'm actually going to turn the broadcast over to you because you guys have the jobs. I just want to say shout out to everyone who is watching right now. Please do me a favor. Let me know where you are and if you're an RN or a PN right now. I want to see RNs, PNs, nursing students. Who do we have watching on this broadcast tonight? What's up, Jesse? What's going on?
Hi, how is everybody doing?
Good.
All right. Yeah, we can jump right in. Let's give me 1 second. I'm trying to open up the broadcast on my screen as well. So bear with me.
Cool. We also have Scott on tonight and Tim, who will also be helping with job placements. And this may be the first time that we have a lot of the ReMar nurses coming in and they're kind of confused as to what's going on. So I would like for us to take 1 second and just kind of introduce ourselves because you guys know me, but you might not know the other faces that are on tonight. So let's do that. Scott, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Well, hello, everybody. I've been on some webinars for a while and good to see the people that we've kind of talked to before, but excited to see all the new people here and talk to everybody. I do a lot of the sales part with Safe Nurse Now, talking to clients, what orders are they are needing for travel, for international, for permanent, for PRN. I've been doing staffing for well over 20 years. I'm excited to be here. Wanted to see kind of what you're looking for. If you're looking for permanent, if you're looking for travel, and if you're looking for international, we are here to help you and get you connected and connect that ReMar and Safe Nurse Now.
Awesome. I see we have a lot of RNs on. We have RNs in New Jersey. We have RNs in California. We got PNs tonight. So this is a great and relevant topic for our community. Hey, Tim, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope well. But yeah, I've been in the nurse staffing world, probably for 11 plus years now. So anything that you guys are going to be running into, any questions that you've had, I've come up through the ranks as a recruiter, as an account manager, run a travel division. And now I'm here at ReMar helping everybody out. But the biggest piece of advice that I'll give you right now is if you have questions, ask them. That's what Jesse, Scott, and I are here for. And we're looking to help you guys out any way we possibly can.
Perfect. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate your expertise in the field and all the good things that we have on our meetings in your direction. All right. And Jesse, everybody knows Jesse. You guys know Jesse. So, all right. I'll still let you introduce yourself. You got it.
Thank you. My name is Jesse Zimmerman. I'm the Director of Operations for Safe Nurse Now. My job is to make sure all the pieces are coming together and working smoothly so we can get our nurses that are internationally here to the United States safely and as quickly as possible. And we work with the nurses here in the United States for our travel assignments as well as our local assignments.
Nice. So we're well-rounded. The team is all here. Let's get into what we want the ReMar nurses to know, ReMar nurses who soon will become Safe Nurse Now nurses, to know about how they can get started with these jobs. Perfect. All right. Who's taking it? These are good questions, actually.
Yeah, definitely some really good questions. How does a travel nurse compare to permanent nursing? Well, for a permanent, a lot of times you're there, you get paid on a per hourly basis, and then there's other benefits that you get, medical, dental, vision. Typically, sometimes there's a certain 401k or certain items that, the hospital, their skilled nursing, or the clinic is paying for you. The difference that travel pay is that you get very similar to the hourly tax that, let's say, a regular nurse job would be, but you also get what's called a housing and meals. The great opportunity is that you get all this that's tax free, and so as long as you're in a place that's far enough away where that can be another house for you, another housing place for you. Typically, it's usually over 50, 60 miles. It's kind of really where we want to really start it, but usually it's anywhere that's, I always tell people, hey, if you're driving more than 3 hours and you're 4 hours and you really have to stay overnight, this is a great place for a travel assignment, where you can get paid tax-free money. You can get paid hourly and tax-free. And it's a lot of times it's guaranteed. So it's guaranteed. I know a lot of times for permanent positions, sometimes they are full time, but then a little bit they're like, hey, okay, we don't need you. You're paying per hourly, and we're going to send you home. But for travel jobs, they're guaranteed. The housing and meals are not taxable. They are tax free, so you get that money. It's a great way to earn a lot more money because a lot of times you're having to, stay one place and also have to pay for your other housing where you're at. But if you're doing this full time and you're just traveling around from place to place, it's a great opportunity to make a lot of money while you're doing this. It is an awesome time to see different places, meet different people, and make an excellent amount of money. Yes, we do give insurance. Jesse, I'll let you go more in detail about that one.
Yes, so we do offer insurance. It's not your typical insurance that you see with other staffing companies where they have a basic plan that you have to pick, and nine times out of 10, it doesn't work for your family. So we partnered up with an independent company that will allow you to build a benefits package that works for you and your family while you're on assignment with us, really catering to your needs, your budget, and what works for your family. The good news is while you're on assignment, of course, we're going to help with some of the reimbursement costs when it comes to your benefits. But the biggest thing is why we went this route is when you leave, you can take that insurance with you. You will pay the difference, if you're not employed with a Safe Nurse Now and you've taken an assignment with another staffing agency, you get to carry those benefits with you. So you're not losing your deductible or anything like that. You have a plan that works for you wherever you go in the United States. And it allows you to really, have control of your future. I mean, everybody loves traveling, but one of the biggest drawbacks is having to get new insurance every time you take a new assignment with another company.
That's great. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that so much. And then, of course, the last question is, how often do I get paid? We always get asked that question. I don't know why. I know it's kind of an important question. You get paid weekly. Typically, what we tell everybody, you get paid weekly for the back week that you work. So a great opportunity to get paid weekly. Not a lot of times where you have to a full-time job where you're getting paid every other week, twice a month, or for some reason, sometimes people get paid monthly, which can be very odd. So hopefully that answers a lot of the pay and benefit questions for you.
And I just want to say, well, we're talking about travel nursing, and I really want everyone to understand why we're bringing this opportunity to you. And we actually just think that it's better than being a staff nurse in many ways. And I'm sure everybody has their own experience about why they think it's better. But for me, travel nursing allowed me to have professional growth as well as meeting new people and having at the end of it a more marketable resume. Because as a telemetry nurse, to say I work telemetry in California and Minnesota and Ohio, that let my employers know that I was highly adaptable, I was a fast learner, and I was really flexible. So what we're trying to present to you is an opportunity to do something different in nursing, to have your skills, but to let those skills work for you. So they're about to talk about assignments and contracts. This is my favorite part because you get to determine how much you want to work and when you want to take breaks. So maybe Tim can talk about that.
Absolutely. So the first one here, how long are typical travel nursing contracts? Pretty standard agreement is 13-week contract assignment. Going into the next piece of that, can I extend or shorten my contract? Absolutely. I'm going to be honest, it's my preference, it's Jesse's preference, it's Scott's preference. If it's a good fit on both sides, you enjoy working at the facility, you're working well with the team there, absolutely extend your contract as many times as you want. You can work at the same place for up to a year. I know Scott was touching on kind of those stipends and such, those tax-free stipends. You can, if you're coming in a true travel nurse outside of that 50, 60-mile radius for the facility, you can collect those tax-free housing and meal stipends for up to a year. So, I mean, I just did my taxes over the weekend. They're not too much fun, and collecting a lot of tax-free money sounds pretty enticing. If I had the opportunity to do it, I absolutely would. Recruiters don't have, and people in our positions don't have that luxury. You guys are afforded that opportunity, and definitely take advantage of it if it's something you're interested in. What happens if I need to break a contract? I mean, life happens. We all know that happens. Events happen, troubles at home. What we ask and what all our facilities are aware of, usually a 2-week notice is something that we would ask if possible. It affords us enough time to find a backfill for your potential assignment. It doesn't leave the nursing pool full short. Just like if you were to leave your full-time position, you wouldn't want to leave them in a bad spot. So as long as we can give them 2 to 3 week notice, ideally, that would be great. But if you do that, we're usually to make things work. We don't want to get you in a situation where you just up and leave day one or during the contract without providing notice. There could be situations where certain facilities wouldn't want to work with you again. We want to avoid that at all costs, and transparency and telling stuff that's going on, telling your career things that are going on throughout that process can help us alleviate that and alleviate the turmoil that may happen throughout contracts. What was the last question here? Can I choose where I work? Absolutely. Obviously, you need to work in states where you have active licenses. There are things called compact licenses, where one nursing license, and Scott, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, I think if you have a compact license, you're almost eligible to work in 30 plus states at this point. I know the tough states like New York, California, they don't necessarily have that luxury quite yet. Hopefully everybody gets on board, but wherever we have assignments and you're active to work, you are more than welcome to work and go to those assignments and areas to explore and get some more experience.
Yep. But it looks like, I mean, there's great opportunities for all these states. I'll answer this one, and I'll switch with you here, Jesse, because it gives you more opportunity, right? So do I need a license for each state I work in? Very similar to what kind of Tim said. If you've got a multi-state compact license, there are several states that you can go to. There's a website, if you want to look at nursing licenses, nursing compact license, there's definitely one that you can Google for that, NLC, and it'll show you all those different states that have the multi-state licensing. California, you would need one. New York, you would need one specifically. There's several more. I want to say, oh no, I think Oregon was just compact recently. I think I'm skipping a few, but I know there's a few other ones that are. Massachusetts is not compact yet. It'll be next year. So there are some other ones that you would have to specifically get that state nursing license for. But a compact one is a great way to travel around. Jesse, you want to go ahead and take the next one?
Yes. What certifications are required for travel nursing? So every facility is different. Everything from your nursing license to a BLS, advanced cardiovascular card, down to years of experience. Some of them require you to have certain shots on file or wear a mask, a TDAP, things like that. There are some certain requirements that we do need because we are working to be joint commission. So if a hospital is not requiring something, it is a requirement that we are getting in order to stay joint commission compliant, so we can make sure our nurses are getting the treatment that they need. But it really depends on the facility. It really depends on the location. I know some facilities are still requiring a COVID vaccine, but then I know some facilities that are lightening that up and not making that a requirement. But before you take any assignment, we will make sure that you have a full list of understanding of what is required, from a drug test to a background check, and everything in between, to make sure that you are comfortable taking that assignment internationally or domestically, and we answer all your questions beforehand.
Okay, awesome. That is really, I think if you understand these points that are being discussed now, you can kind of get a feel of whether travel nursing is right for you. And for most people, these are the same questions that we frequently get. So if you have any other questions, please put them in the comments. We'll try to get to them today. These are jobs. This is a position for those who have already passed NCLEX, correct?
Yes. So the jobs that are coming up, they are jobs that require somebody who has passed the NCLEX. There are jobs that we're going to be presenting that gives us the option to work with nurses that are approaching their testing for the NCLEX. So we still have some wiggle room to bring them over as well.
Okay, so we have both jobs that'll be presented tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. So I think that's what everyone is getting excited about then. All right, let's go on. Oh, this is a good one.
There we go. Housing and travel. Is housing provided, or do I find my own? So very similar to what we had talked about earlier, that housing and stipends that are available. That if you decide to go with a housing stipend for tax-free, that is something that is, we're pretty much agreeing and saying, yes, you're going to get your own housing on your own. You can decide, hey, I don't want to mess with that. You're more than welcome to give us a call and talk to us and say, hey, I would prefer to have a housing. If you guys take care of the housing, because that's not a problem whatsoever. There'll be a pay package where that is set in stone, and then we can take care of that for you. And that is always an option, because we want to make it easy for you. We want to take care of you and make sure everything's set up. But by taking that housing stipend, that tax-free part, which is typically a good amount per week, a lot of times I think the minimum is typically around $770 a week. So there is a good amount of housing stipend, and that's just a lot of times in rural areas and larger cities, it's a lot more. So great opportunity to find on your own if that's what you're wanting. Tim, would you like to go ahead and answer that one? Can I bring
my family or pets? Absolutely. Yeah. Like Scott was saying, if you're looking for housing in situations where you need us to take care of the housing, or if it's a situation where you're looking on your own, pet-friendly places are all over. I know my wife and I, we take our little golden doodle pretty much everywhere. A lot more locations and hotels and Airbnbs are open to that. So at the end of the day, if that's something you want to do, absolutely make your recruiter aware. And when we're helping to look for housing and helping to set that up, like Scott said, it's something that we can do. Absolutely. And then, do agencies reimburse for travel expenses? Jesse, that's your specialty right there.
Right.
But yes, I do want to jump in on the pets and the family. There are some facilities that will provide housing. If they do provide housing, you do want to make sure that you can bring a family member. Some of them will let you bring your spouse. Some of them will just say no, just you, and no pets. So, when you are looking at housing and it's provided by the facility, you want to make sure that those options are available. Because the last thing you want to do is come with your dog and your dog can't stay. Do agencies reimburse for travel expenses? Yes, if there's an extent where you need assistance traveling, being domestic or international, yes, we do have partners with third parties to help with the rental car, with the airlines and things like that, to make sure you arrive to your destination.
Oh, hey, Jesse, I would like to mention something. I saw a question in the comments. I'd like to go back real quick to the family part. somebody mentioned, they said it'd be kind of hard about taking, kids on travel. From my experience, there's a lot of people that will take travel assignments during the summertime. So kind of like the end of May, they would start getting submitted. So that in June, school's out, boom, 13 weeks. And then it kind of goes all the way till mid-August. So it's a great opportunity if you want to go somewhere and have your kids and go somewhere and be exciting, and where you get to make some extra money and the whole family get to go, and make sure that it's a place where everyone can be and set up for housing. It's not a bad opportunity to go during the summertime, as an option as well. Just wanted
Yes. And a lot of families, they're switching. I actually saw a study on it. I'll have to find it, but a lot of families are doing the online and doing the homeschooling and moving away from the traditional brick and mortar schooling, and they're taking their families, especially travel nurses, and their husbands work remote or they work where they're traveling to, and it's a win-win for everybody.
Yep. Definitely.
All right, we'll move to the next slide.
All right. Work conditions and expectations. I'll go ahead and take the first one. Will I be treated differently than permanent staff? A lot of hospitals, a lot of places, they need your help, so they want you to be a part of that. They want you to bring to come in and be a part of the team. I think with all new jobs and all new places, it can feel that way, to where you're like, hey, I'm not used to everything. So I can tell you, as a travel, a lot of times it takes a week, because there's a lot of times you might need to learn a new system. You're needing to learn a new city where everything's at. So it takes some time to get used to it. They are needing the help. They're wanting you there. And I would tell you, hey, give it a few weeks. I think it's different. And I can tell you, every nurse that's after they're there about a week or two, they're like, oh, great, this is a great place. Everyone's been really nice. It's just a lot of times that first week, those first few days, going through orientation, trying to figure where everything's at, learning a new system, learning where everything's at in the town. It can take a few days to get there, but I can tell you this: after 2 or 3 weeks, all our nurses are typically like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. This is great. I'm really enjoying it. Kind of got the hang of it now." So, share that with you. Tim, you want to take the second one?
Yes. What if I don't like my assignment? And that happens probably, I would say it's probably not as a frequent as an occurrence as you all may think. A lot of times these agencies and these hospitals, when you're going in there, they know that you're there to help them. A lot of them are understaffed. A lot of them are in situations where they need skilled nurses coming in. In the rare occasion that something like that does happen, I mean, at the end of the day, I know I talked about the couple slides back, we talked about the 2-week notice and stuff. That's kind of like the break glass of it in case of an emergency type of a situation. Obviously, we don't want to put you in a situation where you're completely uncomfortable, you're getting bullied. It's just not a hostile working environment. Communication is key. Please let your recruiter know in those situations, and we'll work to try to rectify the situation. I know Scott, Jesse, and myself will do everything we can to talk to the facility and go to bat for you on why there might be a certain situation in a assignment that you may not be comfortable with, or it might not be ideal. We want to exhaust all options on our end before we look at putting in that notice. At the end of the day, we understand that it does happen, but it's something that we're willing to work with you, and we're there every step of the way as a support system for you guys. Even if it's just you want to call your recruiter and vent, you had a tough day at work, you would be surprised at some of the phone calls I've taken at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, where a lot of nurses, you've had a hard day and you just need someone to listen. And a lot of times that can we can help you get through those tough things. At the end of the day, if we do have to put in a 2-week notice, absolutely, we would do that. We would go to bat for you, but we would exhaust all options before we get to that point. With the last question here, how do I handle floating to different units? The first thing and I'll let Scott and Jesse hop in on this as well, but I definitely want to touch on this too. Clients and facilities aren't going to put you into situations where your skill set doesn't match on what they're looking to do. Patient care is always going to come first. If you're an ICU nurse and you've never delivered a baby, it's very, very unlikely they're going to float you over to the L&D unit. With that being said, you would kind of take a step back. You might have to work on a med surge or a telemetry floor. But as long as you're flexible and you're willing and you're adaptable to new situations, they're never going to put you in a situation where you're uncomfortable. If you are uncomfortable, that's, again, a situation where you want to loop in your recruiter as sooner rather than later. Always talk to your nursing manager or nursing supervisor if it's a situation where you do not feel comfortable. Again, communication is key, and as long as you are putting that out there and making people aware of certain situations as you may not be comfortable in, no one's going to put you in a situation where your license is in jeopardy or patients are in jeopardy. So please keep that in mind. And Scott, Jesse, if you have anything else to add on that, I just kind of want to go into my little spiel there.
I know I have no other questions for me.
I was just going to say, a lot of times when you're a tele-nurse, they might float you to med-surg, ICU to step down. So again, kind of very similar to what Tim said, it's going to be something that you have done where you've got some sort of experience to where you feel comfortable at. And a lot of times, we tell you ahead of time, hey, this is going to be an expectation. They may float you. So that is something that we would share that before.
Yes, I mean, nine times out of 10, we know you're going to be floated to another unit. It's going to be on your contract. The times that you're not aware that you're being floated are the same times that we are not aware. So when you find out, you let us know immediately, and we can reach out to the facility because you signed an agreement to work a specific unit. If they wanted you to float, we're going to let you know ahead of time. All right, we can jump right into questions, and then from questions, we can jump into jobs. So do we have any of them that are highlighted, or do you want to go through the list? No. Queen AS, no, you do not need to pass the NCLEX in order to apply. You can apply now. Depending on when you're doing your NCLEX, will help us determine what facility and what clients to put you in front of. For example, if you're not going to do your NCLEX until next year, then you can apply, but we wouldn't be able to present you anything at least until you get closer to taking your NCLEX. Amelia, yes, we do offer sponsorship for the green card as well. Yes, we do have jobs as a CNA while you're going for your RN license. Tim can go more into that when we go over the jobs because we do have some CNA positions available. So this is Brittany K. This is perfect. So this is one of these situations where we can't be at all places at one time. So we do offer a referral program. So if you refer a company to us that you know is in desperate need, and we're able to get an assignment with them to help staff their needs, you will receive a kind of a commission bonus for getting us an introduction with that company. Unfortunately, we don't know every facility in the country. Our nurses are working multiple locations, so they're able to meet the director of nursing and things like that. So if you want to do an introduction, we're more than happy to sit down with some of those facilities. We've actually experienced it ourselves where a facility was introduced to us by a nurse, and then we put that nurse to work at that facility. So it's a pretty neat opportunity. No, we have jobs available for local as well as travel as well as international, and international from companies outside the United States coming to the United States. So you have a BSN in nursing, but you do not have your RN license. So depending on what your license is, if you have a CNA license or an LPN license, while you're working to get your RN license, we may have assignments for you. But unless you have an RN license, we wouldn't be able to put you to work for an RN assignment. I'll let Scott answer this one since I'm answering all of them.
Yeah. Thanks, Jesse. Do you employ as a new grad that passed the NCLEX? There are some assignments that maybe might be able to help out. We're working on that, but typically we need to have, for specifically for travel, you really need to have at least two to 3 years of experience, and preferably at least 1 year working in travel. But if you're a new traveler, a lot of times there's several facilities that would be okay if you're a new traveler. But as a new grad, typically we try to do more local assignments. We try to help you with other different assignments in your area, and try to get something more, maybe more permanent, or get some other hospitals that are really wanting new grads. But as far as the travel side, you really have to have a few years of experience. Do you employ without experience yet? Typically, you need to have some experience, very similar to the new grad. It depends on where you've had your experience. So let's say if you were CNA and then you graduated as now you've got your LPN, or you've been an LPN and you've graduated and you got your NCLEX and you got your RN. So you definitely have some experience there. It just kind of depends on where you are at. But if you're, let's say, you don't have any experience at all, or you just got your RN and you haven't been working before, then definitely more of like a new grad where we try to really help you more place in some place that's looking for new grads. Let's see. Tim, you want to handle this one?
Yeah. So, do you guys have any travel assignments in Indianapolis, Indiana? So, again, similar to what Jesse said a couple questions ago, we can't be everywhere. We want to be everywhere, but we're going to be as many places as we can. As he alluded to, that the bonus for you guys referring us to a facility, if there's facilities in the area that you guys know are hiring for travel nurses, submit that information to us. That's what Scott, Jesse, and I are here for, is to pick up the contracts that you guys are looking for, what you want to do, where you want to go. That's all information. And I used to tell nurses this all the time. You guys are one heck of a resource. You guys are on the front lines. You know if facilities are shorthanded. You know if you have other travelers on the floor. You know if different units have travelers. All that information is very, very beneficial for both Scott and I while we're doing our business development, while we're working and looking and searching out contracts. So if you guys do have a specific area of interest, please let us know. I'm jotting them down as we go through here. I got Philadelphia, PA on here. I saw someone in the comments mention New York City. These are all the areas that we're already targeting and working towards. And now I'm adding Indianapolis to the list. So more to come, hopefully soon.
Oh, great. So definitely my neck of the woods. These are some local and travel assignments. Great opportunities. These are hospitals in the state of Texas that are looking for L&D with med-surg. So there's also ones that are looking for med-surg. So in Coleman, they're looking for L&D med-surg, and as well as in West Texas and San Angelo, but as well in San Angelo and Abilene, they're looking for med-surg nurses without the L&D. So just wanted to let you know that if you're a med-surg nurse and you want to come to the state of Texas, San Angelo and Abilene are a place that are needing some help. So it's a great opportunity if you're wanting to come to Texas. They're looking for people for about 6 to 8 week contracts in Abilene and San Angelo. So both are looking for night nurses, and but if you also maybe do L&D, Coleman is needing some help. We're also needing help in other places in West Texas. So great opportunity, definitely needing help. Austin pay, I mean, I can tell you this right now, for state of Texas, $2,500 for med-surg is going to be a great pay. So they have listed, we all have listed L&D, but there's also a med-surg for $2,500. So if you're looking for a high-paying job for about an 8-week contract, San Angelo, Texas for $2,500, state of Texas, it's going to be hard to beat. You know, weather's good, not as cold, and so great place to go if you're already in the state of Texas. which I know we've talked to a few people here before. Maybe you're like, hey, I just didn't connect with you. Let us know. You can message us in your email. You can click on apply. Let us know. Email us. You can always send your email to staffing@SafeNurseNow, because we want to get you connected and get you submitted for these opportunities. All right, some more. These are the international opportunities. So we've been talking to several facilities in the state of Texas, and they're saying, hey, we've got openings. A lot of times we have travelers, but we are needing somebody on an international, somebody that's going to be here on a consistent basis, somebody that's going to be part of here in either a green card or an H-1B, that are going to be part of the family, be a part of the organization. And so these is great opportunities for 4 locations in the state of Texas. One is a med-surg nurse that they're needing help with. The other one is an ER nurse. So that is it's for nights. And Coleman is needing an L&D for med-surg. And Brownfield is needing an L&D to float to med-surg. So these ones right here that you're seeing L&D with med-surg, is they're needing an L&D to float to med-surg, maybe help with ER, but typically majority of the time it's L&D and med-surg. And what you're seeing the pay package is saying, what is this pay package? Okay, so we're paying you typically a flat per hourly rate. And then what we're also helping out is we're paying for your housing, and we're paying for your transportation, and there's also a food allowance that's tax-free for the first year. So this is a great opportunity to come over here. You got things taken care of with your housing. You don't have to deal with it. You got transportation that's set up for you that you don't have to deal with it. And so this is a great opportunity to come over into the state of Texas as an international nurse that maybe you already have L&D experience in your home country. Or maybe you're here in the U.S. and you've had L&D experience in your home country and you just got your NCLEX. Great opportunity. We'll sponsor you, get your either H-1B, get your green card process. This is great places and opportunities to stay at a place where you can be there for several years.
All right. So these are some of the hot contract opportunities that I'm currently working, and I know we have a few pages here. First and foremost, working on 2 tele-night needs here in Brockton, Massachusetts. 48-hour per week contracts, $3,500 a week in gross pay. I mean, great opportunity. We have a couple nurses at this facility right now working on their extensions. It's really a good fit, very traveler friendly, and situation where it's going to more than likely turn into a long-term assignment if it's a good fit on both sides, which is usually the best place to do a travel assignment, especially just kind of dipping your toe in the water, your first exposure to it. You want to make sure that you're in a good place. Brockton, Massachusetts has been that thus far. We're also out to LDRP night shift openings. That's labor and delivery, 36 hours per week, 2880 weekly gross. Again, it's a facility that is very traveler friendly. They work with time off requests, scheduling requests, things of that nature. We even have a travel pair right now. So you can go to work with your friend. They do their very best to make sure that you're scheduled on the same shifts. But at the end of the day, it's a very good facility, traveler-friendly facility that goes a long way for travel nurses. So the next one is here in Niagara Falls, New York. With that being said, really, I know I saw some individuals in the chat looking for some LPNs and CNA openings. We have them here in beautiful Niagara Falls. So please, if you're interested, there's days, there's nights, there's the mid-shift openings. If you guys are flexible, there's multiple openings too. So at the end of the day, if you want to work with a colleague, if you want to work with another safe nurse, this would be a ReMar nurse, as well. This would be a great opportunity to work with a friend. Make sure that you're comfortable while you're here, and it gives you the opportunity to make some good money along the way. Scott, back to Abilene.
All right, back to Abilene. So this is the one I kind of mentioned earlier, is the hot jobs in Abilene. These ones are 2,400 a week. These are 6 weeks here at MedSurg for days or nights in Abilene. So, which is in Texas. It's a little bit kind of right before you get to West Texas. Great opportunity if you're just here in Texas and you want to do it for a short week, short contract. Hey, I can do it for a few weeks. This is a great opportunity. And I can tell you this, a lot of times they will work with your schedule. If you are needing something to where you're like, hey, I can do it, but I need to do 3 shifts back to back, and because I work another position and then it works well with my schedule, this is a place that will do that. And a lot of times places don't do that. A lot of times they're like, hey, we're going to give you your schedule. You're going to work every other weekend. And that's kind of what we've got to do. This place will actually work with your schedule and say, hey, what days are you able to do? If you want to work 3 days in a row, come in here, stay 2 nights, and then save money on housing. This is a great place to do it because they will work with you. So just to let you know that that's sometimes not normal. So same thing with the LPNs. You're looking around 1,850 weekly. So it's a step, they will take LPNs for this assignment as well. But you definitely have to have several years of med-surg experience. This is a place where you've got to really know how to do trachs and G-tubes. So this is a place where you've got to have a really good amount of experience working as an LPN, because a lot of times your LPNs, you've got skilled nursing, but some of them, you just don't a lot of times have the opportunities to work in med-surg. So if you've done med-surg, can start IVs, then this is a great opportunity. This is the international place that also needed OB med-surg. They are accepting travel assignments until they can get an international nurse in there. So if you have L&D experience and you can float and also do med-surg and you're okay with that, and this is something that you would enjoy to do, it's a great pay, $2,500 for 13 weeks. This is a small little hospital that are really nice people and a nice, great little place in Texas. So a lot of these nurses do the same thing there. Every nurse that's there, typically, they will be an OB and they also float. So you've got a great team to go there. So this is very similar. This is that international one in Brownfield that we had mentioned. It's just wanted to share a little bit more about the housing that is there. The housing is available in plenty of places. There's a lot of times it's a little bit smaller town, but there's a very big town right next to it. So great opportunity to be there if you're an international nurse and you want to come to the States and you've got OB experience, L&D experience, where you have been in a hospital and that has been your unit for at least a minimum of 2 years. Then let's say you're like, hey, I did that a few years ago, but now I'm in the States but I've been working CNA waiting to get my NCLEX. This is still a place where you can apply. They want to interview. This is a place where if you've got a resume, you send us a resume, we are going to send them over there for you to interview. So there is an opportunity for that. Also, too, if you want to make sure you see the information below as far as texting, text jobs to 855-696-0132. And that's a great opportunity to apply. So please make sure you do that as well. For our other international one, we are also looking for ER international nurses. We've got several spots. It says West Texas. It's because we have several places all across West Texas and towns that are saying, hey, we would take an international ER nurse. We would take an international ER nurse. So these are several opportunities that are looking for ER nurses. So we want to hear from you. We want to talk to you about them. We want to let you know, hey, this is an opportunity for you as far as an international. You can email staffing at Safe Nurse Now, or you can text jobs to 855-696-0132, or you can go to safenurseNow.com and apply online. There's multiple areas of what you can do to get a hold of us. Or you can apply also at ReMarNurse.com. So Tim, if you want to go ahead and go, this has got to be your spreadsheet. So this is way too much. So you got a lot of information to share. So I'll let you head over to it.
Yeah, I know. I've been as Scott's been as chatting. I have been monitoring the chat as well on the sidebar here. But this is just one client that I work with very closely, and we have a ton of needs right now that we're working on. I know I've had individuals pop in the chat. Do we have CNA openings? Yes, in Niagara Falls, New York, Vesta, New York. Same with LPN openings. Dunkirk, New York, I saw some individuals asking if we place any allied professionals or RTs, CTs. We have those openings there in Dunkirk, which is probably about an hour and a half south of Buffalo. Last but not least, I even saw someone ask about Wichita, Kansas. It's not Wichita, but it's in, and I apologize if I get this name or pronounce it incorrectly, but Larned, Kansas. I have an opportunity there for day and night psych nurses. I know psych is a tougher specialty to find for travel nurses. Fantastic opportunity for you to work along contract that individuals really enjoy doing. So if you are interested, and I know it's a little bit difficult to read there, and we'll alter this next time, but really, if you guys are looking and have the skill set to match any of those jobs, text us. That's what I'm here for. That's what Scott, Jesse, any of our recruitment team can help you out and find these jobs. I think all in total, we're working with probably about 6-7 facilities just with that particular system. And we have over 70 openings. So even though there are about 20 or so there, multiple openings at each one of those facilities. So again, I know I touched on it a little bit earlier. If it's a situation where you're more comfortable traveling with a colleague, another ReMar nurse, someone that you're comfortable with, let us know. It's a situation where you can go work together, make some very good money, and just really enjoy and get some new experiences out there. But really looking forward to hearing from you guys and getting in touch and answering any more questions you have. And again, as Scott mentioned, text jobs to 855-696-0132. We'd be happy to help you out throughout this entire process.
We just looked at the Larn, Kansas, and it's 2 hours away from Wichita. So that is a perfect
there we go.
Distance.
That's travel. We'll get you those stipends.
Yeah, so it looks like 128 miles. So depending upon where you are in Wichita. So that is if you're a psych nurse and you're in Kansas, that is a perfect distance, because 2.5 hours, then you get to go get your schedule, work, pick up shifts, go back to Wichita if you need to. So great distance for that. So I wanted to mention that. I saw it and I thought, hey, that's a great distance.
No, and I appreciate it. And like I said, I mean, and Scott and Jessica probably attest to it. And I see someone popping in here. What shift for the psych nurses? They have both days and nights available right now. So just when you reach out, make sure you let your recruiter know what you're looking for. But psych jobs don't pop up every day. A lot of skilled psych nurses out there. It's tougher to find a psych travel contract, so it's a very good opportunity if you guys are looking to do so. Would love to work with you.
On that note, for any individual that is looking for an assignment that you find on this webinar, make sure when we will reach out to you, everybody who put in their email or phone number when joining this live, when you respond back with a resume letting us know that you're interested in that psych position that was on the webinar, or a position in Texas, there is a sign-on bonus. You will receive a sign-on bonus anywhere between $500 to $1,000, depending on the assignment and the location, and that will be discussed with your recruiter. So if you are interested, please respond back. We definitely want to make sure that you are taking advantage of that sign-on bonus for coming on through one of our webinars. All right, so we can jump into some of these questions that everybody was asking. What is a travel L&D? Labor and delivery. So it's a travel labor and delivery. It's just like your local labor and delivery. Their positions range anywhere from 4 to 13 weeks. Like Tim and Scott said, it can go longer. I've seen some assignments take 6 months to a year. Anything over a year on a travel assignment does change after 365 days. At the same city, on the same travel assignment, you will no longer be able to claim the tax-free stipend. They will be taxed after that time. So most nurses, if they really like the assignment, they'll work it for a year, and then they'll move away for a little bit, take another assignment for 3 to 6 months, and then come back and do it again. Because there has to be a gap between it over a year's time. Please add Georgia.
We are working on Georgia.
Working on it.
Yes. So, like we've all mentioned, if you are in Georgia and you know of facilities that are in desperate need of help, and you have a contact there, and you want to do an introduction, or you just want to contact us and say, hey, Jesse, Scott, or Tim, this facility in Georgia is desperately in need of help. Contact this DON or the supervisor and let them know I sent you, because they could use your help. We will go out there, we'll make the contact, we will get the contract, hopefully, with your recommendation. And if we are able to secure that contract, you will receive a commission bonus for that as well. So there's an opportunity to get some extra money by referring a business to us, and there's also an opportunity to make extra money by referring nurses to the positions that we have available as well. So it could be a win-win for some people. Some nurses, they do really good referring companies and nurses to agencies. All right.
Okay, awesome, guys. So thank you so much for answering all of these questions. I just wanted to hop in really quick because I see one question that a lot of the ReMar nurses are asking. They're saying, hey, is this the live NCLEX review? Where's Professor Regina? Where's the content? We need to pass NCLEX. So listen, if you're still working on your NCLEX, we got your back. We wanted to do this job webinar so that you were familiar with the positions and opportunities that are available with our partner, Safe Nurse Now. The live NCLEX review is going to be tonight at 9 o'clock for the Love Your Content review. So make sure that you have your workbook and so that you can fill out the answers and continue to work on passing NCLEX. We're going to get right back into answering these questions with Safe Nurse Now about the amazing opportunities in travel nursing. But I want to let you guys know that Professor Regina is getting ready for that live review. It begins tonight at 9 o'clock and also tomorrow night at 9 o'clock as well for Love Your Content. Let's get back into these questions, because you guys are asking a lot of really great questions about how you can go take your nursing career to the next level with travel nursing. Let's see what the next question is. Somebody from up above says this.
Is there any opportunity for Canadian nurses? Yes, we work with any nurse across the world. We're talking with nurses from Saudi Arabia, the Philippines, Africa, Jamaica. There's nowhere we won't talk to a nurse. The difference is Canadian nurses, the rate that you make is similar to what you would make here in the United States. But if you're open to coming over to the United States to work, to get the experience, and or come over here on a work visa or a green card, that opportunity is there. The process for Canada coming over on a work visa is completely different from other countries, and every country is different. So please keep that in mind. It could be a quicker process, it could be a longer process, but it also does depend on the relationship between the United States government and that country of origin on their processes when it comes to green card and or work visas. How long are the contracts? Anywhere between for a travel assignment, anywhere between 2 to 13 weeks. On average, they are 13 weeks. Most of the facilities want 13 weeks. We have some that come up as 26 weeks, but usually they're 13 weeks with the option to renew. Tim, I'll let you have that one. That's in your neck of the woods.
We do. So I'm located here in Buffalo, New York. I have 3 facilities that I'm currently working with, probably within an hour radius of myself. Also, we have some leads down in the New York City area that we're gaining on. So I know a very popular place is probably the 5 boroughs of New York City. So keep that in mind. We're working on it. More to come. And also in Binghamton, New York, we have a long-term care facility that we're doing a lot of business with. I'm looking for RNs, LPNs, CNAs. But my job here at Safe Nurse Now is to keep on opening up stuff in New York, and I'll continue to do so. Like Jesse said, everyone said so far, if you know facilities are looking, please share. Be more than happy to reach out and see what we can do.
Yes, you can refer international nurses to us as well and receive a bonus as well. Right now, we have a really big need for ER nurses. So if you know any ER nurses that are looking to come to the United States, please refer them over to us. We'd be more than happy to speak with them, as well as labor and delivery nurses.
Are these only for RNs? There are some LPN opportunities available in Texas and New York. So if that's something that you're an LPN, there's also CNAs. And I know for sure we will eventually get some more CNAs, LPNs opportunities. That's one thing that we are definitely really trying to open up a little bit more as well. So we're hoping that comes down here really quickly down the line. But there are, if you go on there on safenursenow.com, you will find some other LPNs and CNAs opportunities, as well as like CTs, rad techs, and then we've got some possibly PTs and OTs. So for staff therapists, if you are looking for maybe a physical therapist or an occupational therapist, if that's what you're looking for, we do have some opportunities coming down the line here very soon. So if that's what you're looking for, or you know somebody, there are some great opportunities coming very quickly.
So I do know that we're running out of time as well, so I want to be considerate of everybody's time, but I did see some quick questions pop up. A salary the same for Virginia Beach. Every location from city to city and state is going to be different. Just like any job, an RN position is paying different from city to town within the same state. Do we take nurses from Nigeria? We take nurses all over the world. Nigeria is one of them as well. So we do work with nurses out of Nigeria and all over Africa and out of Asia. And then another common question is, yes, we do sponsor green cards as well. It really depends on one, what the facility is looking for, and one, what our agency is doing at the time. Some of these facilities, they want us to start the process as a green card because they want to have you come over, work underneath us for some time, and then switch over to their employment because they want to keep you on themselves and keep you and make you a part of the team. So there's that as well.
Yes, we do have site nurses and opportunities in Kansas. So great opportunity there.
All right. So I know I want to be considerate of everybody's time again. We will be emailing everybody who joined this live. If you have any additional questions, you are more than welcome to respond to our email and ask any questions that you want, and we'll be more than happy to follow up with you as well. If you're looking to get right into the system and see your jobs that are available now, you can always text jobs to 855-696-0132. You will be sent a link to our application page that you can fill out. If you run into any issues, you can always reach out to us via email as well at staffing@safenursenow.com. Let us know what issues you're running into. I have been told that some nurses that are international have ran into some issues when applying. So if that's the case, one of our recruiters will personally work with you to make sure you get into the system and you're able to see everything in real time.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I don't know if you guys caught that, but right now, if you want to get connected and learn more about how you can get started, go ahead and text JOBS, JOBS, to 855-696-0132. So take a screenshot of this right here, information for you to hold on for later. As we close, I just want to remind everybody that we are going to keep the party going right here on the YouTube channel. You will see the link very shortly for Love Your Content, and that is our free maternity review for those of you who are studying for NCLEX. So Wednesday is just a big night for Safe Nurse Now and ReMar nurses to get to the next step wherever you are. So I just want to formally thank Tim for being here. Tim, I know you weren't feeling well, so I thank you so much for coming on, spending time with us.
Of course.
Scott, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. No problem.
Yeah, Scott, holding it down in Texas. Thank you so
There
much.
you go.
And Jesse as well, West Coast Connect. Everyone here. And good evening to all of you who watched, and we thank you for your time, no matter where you are. And we will be back next Wednesday, as always, bringing you more information on how you can get started with travel nursing. So see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.